The fuck? Hi. So, as everyone knows, I'll be hosting the show this week, and John is going to be playing the game for the first time, and we're very excited about this. John, how do you feel about playing your own game?
This episode of On the Spot is brought to you by Audible.com and Credit Karma. Thank you very much for supporting us, guys.
Just keeping up already.
That's what I was going to say.
This is awkward.
Hi, Zach.
Hi, John.
Thanks for coming on my show, Zach.
Thanks for coming on my show, John. This is so exciting.
Fucking kicking my mic already.
Yeah, or I don't know how. I don't know very little.
Jeff, please excuse my teammate, Jeff.
Who's Jeff?
He doesn't
know.
I don't work here.
John, he doesn't know your name. That's fantastic. So, what's our first category? Our first category is bad Christmas gifts for grandma. Bad Christmas gifts for grandma. Starting with the letter J. We're going with Team Hanukkah to start us off.
Jaundice. Is that how you spell it?
Why do the best answers always come before I start the clock and say go?
I'm always on the clock thinking of gifts for grandma.
All right, 60 seconds on the clock.
That hurt.
Why?
Well, it's just like, here's Zach Anner, who has obviously done all these really awesome things, has written a book that's coming out soon, and then Barbara, who drew a dick one time.
That's what you do.
But to be fair,
Thank you.
I should be credited for that as well because she traced mine. That's really...
And I do actually want to point out, Zach, actually, that wasn't a joke. Zach, you have your book coming out.
Yeah, in March. So just remember this episode of On the Spot for 5 months and then get it.
What's it called?
It's called If at Birth You Don't Succeed.
It's a pun.
Yeah, it is.
Did you hear like the silence? I thought they were like, oh.
They're like, oh, all right.
Like your title's
Damn it.
awkward or something?
They're like, sorry. But yeah, they just looked at me and they're like, yeah, that's about right.
I think that every time I look at you, Zach. Let's find out what Team Trump 2016's first word is. Gene Jam. Gene Jam. Zach, you got an idea?
I think that's when a hipster has eaten nothing but fruit roll-ups and they shit their pants.
Let's find out what team, whatever their name is now.
I'm ready. Harry Baldy.
Phone groping. Okay, let's find out what you guys think might be a rebuttal definition. You guys got one?
I think I have an idea, unless you would like to take it.
No, you go for it.
You go, girl. I think it's similar to what Josh is saying. I think it's when you have your phone in your pocket and you're not actually sure which pocket it is in, so you end up just kind of touching yourself all over to find your phone and thus groping yourself.
Yeah.
You guys are going for the other people thing, but I'm going for yourself too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that Missy Elliott song.
It's also just a good excuse if you are caught just groping yourself.
Yeah.
You can just be like, I was looking for my phone.
I do that all the time, and
Yeah.
it just ends up being in my purse.
I look for my phone all the way to climax.
I leave my phone on vibrate.
Let's find out what the last word is. Roadbone. Roadbone.
Well, a road bone is actually when you're driving down the road and you see a bunch of voodoo bones and you're thinking, I would like to put a curse on somebody. And then you try to put the curse on somebody else and you're driving across the country, you get a huge erection, and you're like, man, I should have messed with voodoo.
You just started building that in your head as you were going.
You could just see Zach making that up as you went.
The wheels were spinning, but I'm sitting here still in the chair.
Oh, the wheelchair humor, it's coming out. Let's find out what points are.
They're a unit of measurement.
God damn it, Zach. No more team names. Next game is impromptu pitch.
Oh, no.
Turns out that not only did one of the Barbaras murder the mustache, but she also made sweet, sweet love to Tom Selleck.
Zach.
And thank God that exhale got us to time.
We have another little something to read. What is the most important number in your life, Zach?
17.
There you go. It's not your age, it's not your IQ, it's your credit score. And it's crucial to know what that score is and how it works. It has a huge impact on your finances, what you might pay for your credit card interest, home and auto loans, and student debt. I'd elaborate more on credit scores, but I think Zach really nailed it on the head right there. Free credit monitoring as well as free alerts when your score changes.
Okay, because my credit score is not good.
Is it 17?
I skipped down on a rug that I should have paid for.
Well, don't let today end.
No, get out of there! Your crew! Don't lie to the people.
Look at that.
This is how far this show has gone downhill. We can't even get an audience anymore. It's the crew sitting over there instead of doing their own job inside the
I don't
booth.
even think anyone online is watching.
Can we
Your
go?
mom. I heard your mom watches our show.
She watches it, but she doesn't like it.
Even when we have an audience, they're still dead and they're asleep. They're not even here completely.
So shorthand form of Best John is BJ. Team BJ.
You're right.
Team BJ.
I'll take BJ.
BJ.
I love BJ.
This whole show feels like a suicide note.
It's one of those suicide notes that's too long, so they don't finish it. Oh, they're dead.
All right.
Oh, please put that on my tombstone. Cunning Linguistics is a game where we went on UrbanDictionary.com and we found words of phrase, and each team is going to get a word or phrase and two definitions. They get it right, they get points. They get it wrong, the other team gets one joint definition to come up with as a rebuttal. If they get it right, they get points. If nobody gets it right, points just don't happen because fuck it. That makes sense to everybody?
What?
I don't know if anyone was paying attention.
I'm just paying attention because... No, never mind.
All right. Got a word, got to give a definition of a word. Let's get on with it. Let's go.
Sorry.
Let's find out what team Best John's name is.
Best John's.
Word is?
BJ.
Clear the cache. What does it mean when you clear the cache? Do you know what a cache is, Chris?
Yeah. So that's when you get all your sexual history with a person out in the open.
Like on a first date?
Yeah. So it's like you clear your cache.
Give us an example of Chris Damaris on a date clearing his cache.
So just so you know, I've had a threesome. I've done.
Chris is not at a threesome. You're a virgin.
Is an example, Blaine?
Oh, okay.
Just pretend I'm acting.
2 hands and a dick does not make it.
Clear the cache. How does John clear the cache?
It's similar to that, but it's where before you go out on a date and you know that you're going to score, you masturbate first to get it all out of there so that when it's time for the real fun to begin.
I'm on board with
You
that.
really are a
I
virgin.
think if I did that, I don't think I'd have any left over.
Wait, are you like a one shot a day kind of guy?
Yeah, I don't like I just wouldn't have enough. Be like, sorry, this is like this. It's all gonna be air. I could. Yeah, that's just how.
In that case, that sounds like a really good like contraceptive.
Yeah, just masturbate first, and then just a little puff of air in the vagina, like cleaning, like when you're cleaning off your laptop keyboard. That's
A little puff of air in the vagina?
I don't. God damn it!
sure. Again,
He just cleared the cache all over
Such a
you.
fucking power move every time you do that.
I don't mean to do it. I have no control over my body.
Leave him alone,
I call
John.
that bullshit. You do it on purpose.
God, John.
No, I don't buy it. You pull that
I
all the
just
time.
told you that it takes like I can only orgasm every 2 months, and you don't believe that I don't have control of my foot?
John, can you
No.
grow a heart?
No,
All right.
it's bullshit. You pull that stuff all the time, okay?
Yeah, well, I pull it all the time, but nothing comes out.
You know what? The Blatch people will not stand for this.
Don't give them points because if you re-roll the tape, Blaine at a certain point said instead of Judaism, he said Juicyism.
No, he didn't.
He absolutely said Juicyism.
Juicyism.
Yeah.
Juicy is there's a fine line between Hasidic Jews and acidic juice. So, it's an easy mistake to make.
Thank you, Zach.
You have to give all the points to them for that.
Let's find out what our first category is. The wrong thing to say to your girlfriend when she's pregnant. Yes, Zach.
God, you got fat.
Yes. Chris. Yes, Zach.
Oh, what was that? Oh, shit. Do we need to get off stage?
Can I do it?
Phone fart. What's a phone fart, guys?
I know what this is. It's when somebody texts you on the phone and says, "Hey, you want to come host my show this week?" And then it just evaporates into thin air like it's a fart, and it stinks.
To be fair, you invited that, John.
Third and final word of cunning linguistics. Let's go for it. Warning tap. So each team, you get one try at this. Each team, okay?
But anyway, so you're already inserted in the asshole, but you start to feel a little liquid draining,
Oh my
and
God.
you realize
Wait, draining or?
you realize that there's a little liquid coming onto your dick, and so that's the warning tap because the tap isn't full flow yet. You just got the warning tap to get out before it explodes.
Wow.
Wow.
That went a different direction than where I thought you were going, and I loved it.
That took all the romance out of what Miles and I just did.
Well,
No, it
I mean,
didn't,
there
Sweetie. No, it
is
didn't. No, it
romance
didn't.
in knowing that you can shit over someone's dick, and they're okay with it.
That's true love.
It is.
When you shit the bed during sex,
Yeah.
and it's cool.
I mean, you can only expect so
Don't
much
leave
out
her.
of someone when you're pounding
Go
an
ahead.
asshole.
I'm sorry.
All
Was that?
All right. Let me get this straight.
You can try.
Go
So
for it.
your definition of the warning tap is when there is
The
some
tap opens a little bit.
the dick,
No.
No, the
anus,
the
the poop
poop
tap.
the poop tap
Yeah.
Yes. It
has
opens a
started to
little bit.
open,
You
and that
realize
signals
it
you to what?
to pull out, so you don't get a shit-covered dick.
Well, it's not.
Or it
let's
could be
obviously,
lubrication. If you
John,
want to
let's
keep
not
it lubricated with that, that's a
jump to
choice.
conclusions.
Is it a bad
You
thing
can stay.
that I heard that whole description and I was like, man, I gotta get frozen yogurt. It's a really nice day outside.
Please just put up the real definition.
This is the highest.
Look at me
scoring
being
game.
good at something.
Damn.
Oh my.
You want a
See,
beer?
this
Oh,
is
wait,
what
that'll
we
kill
would
you.
call dead air that I would never allow if I were host.
I am amazed.
Truly is America's game.
Zach, what's our next game?
Our next
America's
game
game.
is
my
Think
teammate.
About It.
Guys, the host is talking. Please show
I'm
some
sorry.
respect.
I'm sorry,
Think
Zach.
About It is a great little game where, I forgot. You basically have to, tell a story about whatever the thing is, and then one word at a time, and if then the next team tries to fuck over that team with a ding. There you go.
God, I understand that
I
perfectly.
love the way that was
Never has
explained.
that been explained better.
I wish it would be explained from now on as interrupt with a ding.
Let's find out what team's question is.
Sorry.
As Maggie pours a drink. How to
I
set
know all
up a
about
successful Tinder profile. So these are some great tips and tricks on how to set up a Tinder
I'll tell
profile.
you how not to.
I have seen your Zach. It is pretty
Put
good.
a bunch of pictures of me on it. That's how you don't.
That's funny. I put up pictures of me, and mine is. I got the same result. It's weird.
I guess you just have to be anyone but yourself.
Not
that
if
the
you
tip to
have
true
tits.
love?
Didn't you just release a YouTube video talking about valuing yourself?
I did, but now I'm rethinking it.
John's favorite show.
Yeah. Yeah.
You could be making T-shirts right now.
Remember in the first season, you used to come all happy in your little vests. It's just like whatever black T-shirt you bought at a gas station, like, oh, fine, we're still doing this.
Yep. I remember that. Team 4 for 4. What's your question?
Sorry.
The Batman.
How to kill the Batman.
Impossible, first off, John,
Well, you
but
gotta do it in
okay.
60 seconds, so you gotta figure it out. We'll start off with Zach on this one.
Clooney. Done.
Well, he's not wrong.
I think points has to go to
Never leave the Batcave without the card.
Our next game is...
Let's find out what the first category is for quick thinking.
All right.
First category is alternative titles for Rooster Teeth's first feature film, Laser Team. Zach.
Gavin can't do a British...
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Sure. Yes. Cole. No, that's E. Zach.
Indiegogo's regret.
Yes.
I'm John Reisinger, and welcome to On the Spot.
Yes.
Yes.
Miles T. What's your guys' team name?
Put it on the screen.
Team.
Put it on the screen.
Team.
Put it on the screen.
Hashtag 4 working legs.
That's exactly the reaction.
My legs work fine. Okay, my legs work fine.
And mine work fine too. They just don't want to right now. Like you.
You stay in
I've
that.
never tried to walk before. Who knows?
A lot of people don't know this, but we are very reliant on physical comedy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what did you bring to the table? I brought a fucking wheelchair.
That's just how
Hold on,
Zach
wait, hold
enters
on.
any dinner
Hold on.
party.
Technically, the wheelchair brought you.
Oh my God. I'm just going to go home now.
Well, you can't. We took out the ramp.
That's true.
We're supposed to be making fun of John.
Yeah, not Zach.
No.
Why would you need to eat if you're already food?
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
I don't feel
No,
like
yeah, you don't have a diet if you are already food. That's a good point.
Can't eat yourself.
you didn't answer the question.
Yes.
And I think it started off with started the question answer off with Consuela.
I think we did answer the question. I think you're just not reading between the lines, you idiot.
That's mvmtwatches.com/on-the-spot. Go get your watches today. Thank you, Movement. Let's move on to our second
I
game.
wish I had a watch because I'd be checking the time constantly.
10 points to Zach.
Oh, what?
Are you just holding... TV reboots no one wants to see, like on Netflix, Fuller House.
Oh, on Netflix, not online? Not just like if somebody got a new set and like it was the same shitty show?
It's not a reboot. It's not a reboot.
I know! It's the same damn show!
So,
You can dress it up however you want!
so you're looking for the names of actual shows?
T, James, last chance.
Oh, thank God.
Well,
Quick thinking, more like not so quick thinking, right guys?
No, do not applaud that. Do not applaud that.
I just...
Yeah, because like he's practically the
I'm the heart
host.
and
He's
soul
practically
of
the
the show.
host.
That's why it's so vapid and boring. Oh my God! I just John Reisinger myself.
That's the next game.
10 points to Zach.
Oh, what the fuck?
They're not getting any of their points from the games.
Bullshit.
Yeah, I feel like we should have time to write our quick thinking.
I agree. I agree.
Because my brain is just not working today. It's just go ahead.
Your brain's not
Go
working?
for it.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm not saying anything.
Tried to sneak in a little joke there.
I'm not saying anything.
Set you up for it.
Elise went there on your team. Let's find out what team Fuddruckers and Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thieves' first word or phrases. Spot tease. What could a spot tease be, Zach or Elise?
I think that this is when you're trying to impress a lady and like you're really attracted to her, so you sort of do that pre-ejaculate thing, and then like there's a spot in the middle of your pants, and you're like, hey, check out how excited I am. You want some more of this?
So it's
basically you're trying to impress a woman with the fact that you've ejaculated.
Yeah, you pre-cum on your pants.
yeah.
That's kind of what I would
As you
assume.
do, as you do.
As I have done.
Do I answer it too?
ABC's of storytelling is a game where each team will be given a scenario and characters. They're going to act out that scene like improv actors. And they're going to do that by using the alphabet to start off each sentence that they say. They're going to go down the alphabet back and forth between teammates. Zach and Miles, let's find out what your practice game is. Zach is trying to run a cooking show and bake a cake with his assistant, Miles. Every ingredient reminds Miles of an ex-lover.
All right, so today...
Wait, 60 seconds on the clock.
All right.
Starting with what letter? It's a letter-based game,
Okay.
Zach. Start with D, 6 on the clock, ready, set, go.
Dessert. Let's start there. Won't it be delicious? Oh, yes. We're going to make a flan today.
Elise loved flan.
Who the fuck is Elise?
Gotta start the sentence off, you fucking
So now you
idiot.
gotta start with F.
F, Zach.
Let's start
F.
from the top. Let's start from the top. Let's start.
Okay.
E with Zach Anner, extraordinaire. 6 o'clock, ready, set, go.
Eggplant parmesan is one of the best things that you could possibly have.
Oh, yes.
We're going to start with the breadcrumbs and then the parmesan.
Fucking Meg always loved parmesan.
Oh, get over it, man. We're making an eggplant parmesan. It's delicious.
Hold on, I just need a moment.
Are we? Aren't you supposed to do
He
the
said,
thing?
hold on, I need a moment.
Oh.
You have to listen to your actor with you.
We gotta go back and forth.
Oh!
So,
I thought, no, this isn't one of the ones where you ding the bell. Oh, fuck. All right.
So essentially just go until like you have something, and then I'll take it up, okay?
I see.
So I said, what the
All
fuck did I
right.
say?
Hold on.
Hold on, I need a minute.
I'll help you. Let's put this thing in the oven.
Oh, just like Megan used to do.
Who the
How do we do, John?
I'm going to pass this off to the host. Host, go ahead and introduce our first game.
Our first game is cunning linguistics, and it's kind of funny because it sort of sounds like cunnilingus, but it's never got that. Yeah, that's what it is. And it's you basically there's a dictionary of all bullshit slang words, and we're supposed to come up with bullshit definitions for them.
That's right.
Okay.
There we go.
Why hasn't everyone explained like that before?
Yeah, no, I have a really firm grasp of what we're about to do.
That was the best explanation of that game.
Is that what the game's always been?
What's their profile picture and name? Also known as their victim.
Whoa.
Chuck!
Ooh. Wow. Didn't even see him behind all the fucking...
Look at Chuck. Wow. Chuck is looking for a sugar grandma, which is similar to a sugar mama, but a little older, and is not allowed in old folks' homes anymore. Use that fucking description, please. Come on.
Yeah.
Just some sweet old tales.
Some gray puss.
You're welcome.
Some gray puss.
Just... Oh, yeah. Oh, it's like a book in a library.
Comes out.
But she'll buy you pretty things afterwards.
Yeah.
That's the good part.
And she always has candy.
It's like a half clap ham because it's like there's just not a lot.
It's a clap ham with like dust flying up as you do it.
Just dusting the drapes.
Yeah. It's not as much bounce back.
It's like spring cleaning.
Just get stuck in it.
That was fantastic.
I can tell you how much more I would eat pussy if there was Werther's Originals in there.
You gotta fish them out.
We didn't even take that approach. That's amazing.
That's 2 pillows. That's 2 pillows.
That's clearly worth 50 points right there.
Yes!
That's a good one.
That's good. That's a good one. Yeah.
Hashtag host of On the Spot. Let's find out what their person is.
He's a wizard.
This is Sam. He enjoys smoking grass, not actually weed, just plain grass out of the yard. Is really into trees, like really, really into trees. Ooh. 6 seconds on the clock, starting off with Zachary. Ready, set, go.
Hi, I'm Sam, and you're barking up the right meat, because I'm ready to...
Do you like ball pits? Boy, have I got a treat for you.
Oh, I'm ready to turn over a new leaf and shoot some hoops at the one and only Chuck E. Cheese, even though there's like 50,000 of them.
Why don't you branch out with someone new like me? Not only do I like Chuck E. Cheese, I also like getting down and smoking some herb. Specifically stuff that can be found in your front lawn.
I accidentally set 4 forest fires last year.
So I guess you could say I'm pretty hot. Anyways, if you want to check out my redwood, I'll win you some tickets and get you a prize.
That's good.
We're going to go ahead and go to team host them on the spot. They're going to start us off with this game. What is their scenario for ABC's of Storytelling? Miles is calling the police because he's being robbed, and Zach is a police dispatcher who just got dumped and is very depressed. Back and forth, each letter of the alphabet going down in succession. Ready, set, go.
Help, I think I'm being robbed.
I don't care. What's the difference?
Just so you know, I'm at 111 Fake Street.
Kill myself.
Listen, I don't think you're hearing me.
I'm just
I'm
gonna
being
kill
robbed.
myself.
No one knows what you're saying right now, let alone me. Please, I don't think you understand the severity of the situation.
Oh, can't you just figure this out for yourself, man?
Please tell me that police are on the way.
What the heck? Oh. Wait, I fucking don't know my alphabet.
Q.
Yo! Quiet! I'm trying to kill myself. Don't you know
Right now, when I'm calling you for help, right now?
Wait, Q. Shh.
Tell me you're not shushing me right now.
Use.
Did you say use?
Protection.
Use I am.
Clearly, I need to just go through the alphabet song a few more times.
Yeah.
Middle ground is always considered the best, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Zach, I missed you.
Well, good.
Chris, I feel like you're being quiet.
Well, I don't know.
Got a lot on his
doesn't-
mind.
he doesn't-
Chris.
What's
Yeah.
going on? Let's figure out what's going on with Chris.
He's on the show.
What's going on with Chris? How you doing?
Can't
How you
tell
doing,
ya.
Chris?
I'm okay.
Yeah.
You know, I'm
Got any
just-
good dates lately?
Sure, always.
Always? You always have good dates?
He always thinks they're good. He's like, yeah, I get to go out with a different girl every night. Never have to see him again. It's fantastic.
The audience is like, they feel bad for Chris.
No, it's fine.
No, Chris is fine. What is Zach and Chris's scenario? So Chris and Zach are on a date and get stuck at the top of a Ferris wheel. Zach receives a text that his grandmother has just died and he needs counseling. Chris, however, starts to feel sick after eating too much food from around the park.
I am going to be.
It's really deep there.
I got a text, but I don't know if I can let go of this bar. Oh my God. My grandmother, she was sick. She had a bunion and she was sick. She had old age. She was dead. And now I just realized it.
All right, so we'll add up points for that, and let's play another round of that, just for fun. Bad excuses for missing work. Yeah, I'll give you points. Chris, P.
Stutter.
Yes.
No. Andy?
Penile explosion.
Yeah, I'll give points for that one.
Kind of bad.
Is that like something that can
Mine was
happen?
good.
I was gonna say penis caught in the
You
eye.
didn't say a single word
What
that
if
started with
you
P.
called into your office and you were like,
Yeah, if you call it
and they'd be like, all right, don't come into work.
Thank you so much to my guests, Andy, Trevor, Chris, and our special boy, Zach.
That's offensive.
Fuck you.
Zach, I love you, okay?
Well, thank you.
I-
I love
Zach-
you too in the, like, I'll see if I'm in the will sort of way.
Will you be my Valentine?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, audience. Thank you so much. Thank you, 1-800-Flowers and Jack Threads. That's all we got. See you guys next week. Happy Valentine's Day.